I hate the frustration it causes with you guys. I totally do. Robert, you brought up a very good point a few weeks ago when you said it's an antiquated relic. You were 100% correct. It is. I love that comment. It's 100% correct. I'm going to be, you guys are going to have your student evals pretty soon from COCC, emailed to you. I think Patrick said the email just came out. Please do that, please, for a couple reasons. Number one, I love what you guys have to say. I love hearing your guys' comments, right? If you have an idea how something should be better, you tell me, please, right? I mean, it was funny, we were joking with Tony earlier today, but tell me exactly what you think, how the class could be run more efficiently or better, or any suggestions. Some of the ideas that students have given me have gone on to create things like the rainy day coupons. Like I remember, it was like 6 years ago, somebody's like, man, it'd be really nice if we could just like get a do-over. I'm like, huh, that's a really cool friggin' idea. So that's where the rainy day coupons came from. So ideas like that do, I mean, I think of a lot of them, but also a lot of them come directly from you guys. So send me that data. Number two, I was hopeful that I would have the opportunity to add custom questions to that set of eval questions. Because I do want to ask you guys about the assessment in this class, about the in-class, about the out-of-class, about the projects, about the quizzes, about the homework, about all those different ways you do statistics in here, and then we talk about them when we get them measured. Like for example, I want to reevaluate this in-class exam. Because I would love to not give you in-class exams. I really would. I really would. Well, the thing is that the class before you did not agree with that statement.
But you didn't ask this class.
I can't ask you until the class has gone through. That's the thing, you need to experience the class to see how everything plays in before I can ask you what your take is. I mean, you have a bias coming in, either for or against or neutral to them.
Well, that's just life experience.
Absolutely correct.
Yeah,
but this class is so much different in every possible way. I need you to see how they play in with everything else before you make a call. Now, you see what I'm saying, Robert? I can do a pre and post, which I didn't do. I could do like a pre and post, but the problem with that is a pre and post would be an opinion generator, and the data would be so noisy it wouldn't tell me anything anyway. There's nothing I'm measuring, I'm asking you like an opinion. And I want to get qualitative data on it. I want to say, what do you think? Would you strike them if you could? So I mean, I'd like to strike them all together. I'm curious to see. And don't let that bias you in how you respond. You tell me exactly what you think about each of the individual components of the assessment. I mean, I want to hear this. Yeah, Kate?
Is 244 structured the same way as this?
It might be. It depends kind of on the results of this survey.
I would really like it.
Well, that's why, now, as of right now, it will be. I mean, I've got all my classes are structured pretty much the same way. However, I'm going to have to send you guys a SurveyMonkey link because I couldn't get, I didn't know these evals were going out this week, so I can get a chance to sneak my questions in. So what you'll do is you'll get an email from me in a couple days where I get this thing created. It'll be a link to a SurveyMonkey survey. And then I'll give you guys 10 points on a quiz. I'll just make up a 10-point quiz, and you can just call it a quiz to give you motivation to do it. Oh, FYI, there's also motivation to do the one from school. If you do, I just saw this on the email, if you do all the evaluations that you can do, but this doesn't mean necessarily one for every class, because not everybody's doing an eval this term. They put your name in the running for a little mini iPad. So. Little carrot out there. They finally, it's me and Barbara. Barbara Klett is a goddess. She's kind of like runs the administrative, educational side of technology here at COCC, and we've been talking for 5 years about how to get kids to take these evals. Because one of the big complaints that faculty have is, nobody does online evals. It's patently a false claim. People do online evals. Well, they don't do them at the same rates as paper and pencil. Again, that's patently false because you can't prove or disprove it. So you can't make a claim if you can't prove it or disprove it. This goes back to what you're saying, Robert. I mean, it's all about measurement. It's about how you measure it. If you can't measure it effectively, it's not worth the effort to try to measure it. So that's why I'm surveying you after the fact that you've seen everything kind of in play. Anyway, I talked to Barbara about it. I'm like, let's give them a carrot. What can we give away, you know, to encourage people to do it? That's why I'm going to put a 10-point quiz on the SurveyMonkey thing. So maybe you'll do it. I hope you do it. I mean, I would hope that you do it regardless because it would be you giving me data, but also I know you guys are busy and it's not worth your time unless it's worth something. I totally get that too. So don't let the points bias you in any way. Please be honest. Please be honest. If it's something that you hate, tell me. I want to see these things. I don't care about going second place to Tony in the ratings because the ratings are meaningless anyway. What I care about is how you guys learn. I can't see inside your heads. I'm trying. I try. I swear to God I try. But I can't. So I have to get as many questions answered from you guys as I possibly can. So.
He said it was the qualitative answers.
Oh, the qualitative ones. You see my qualitative ones?
He said,
Broke into my phone.
he said people were saying on his that he was second only to Sean.
Oh, so he's got great little anecdotal evidence. That's adorable. I probably get the exact same on mine. Second only to Tony. He's wonderful. But the thing about like the way Tony and I approach classes, we're always thinking about how we can make them better. And because I want to make this class as pertinent for you guys as I possibly can. I mean, I can teach it like we've done for 50 years, but that's dumb. That doesn't serve you guys in this world well. It serves you better, and that's why I could not be more in agreement with you, Robert. Exams, especially final exams, are an antiquated remnant of an old British university system. And they should go away altogether. I mean, I am totally in agreement with you, but then I counter that with the data that I get from classes year in, year out that don't, and I don't know how much of that is just we're used to it, so, you know,
Age.
it could be. I've never correlated with age because I can't legally.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I can't ask for that.
Anybody under 25, you definitely get different.
That's possible. I just can't do that legally, like FERPA legally. That's a great point, though. Cross-reference it with age. Yeah. I'm curious to see what the data comes back looking like this time. The data is interesting. Like, for example, I'll give you one that this just came in. For years, COCC has offered a 243 section at night in the winter term and a 244 section at night in the spring term. And I would go in and teach these classes. I would usually do the spring 244, Donna would do the winter 243. And I would go in and these kids would just bellyache the entire time about, why are we here at 5:30? You're going to stay until 8, oh my God. And so I started asking, okay, I'm hearing a lot of bellyaching. Now, of course, I'm going to hear the ones that are unhappy. I might not hear the ones that are happy because they won't be complaining or saying, like, hey, thanks, great class. So what I started doing was asking around, why do we do this? Why do we have this class at night? And I got an answer. The answer was when people were working 9 to 5, they needed a class at night so they could come if they could work full-time, still take the class at night. So then I asked 2 questions. Number 1, has anybody checked that recently? And number 2, do all of our classes do that? Because that seems like a pretty logical, and the answers I got was no, we haven't checked it recently. And number 2, no, just the business department was doing it for whatever reason, because I guess folks in the business department historically were working full-time and then going to school. I mean, I did that to get my master's degree, and I was working full-time to get my master's degree. How many business majors we got here? Just out of curiosity. You're right, see, we've got 5 in a class of 30. It used to be half. So the demographic of the classes are changing. So what I did was I created a survey where I asked students, which of these time slots would you rather have this class in? I waited 7 or 8 weeks to do it, and gave 10% wanted it at 5:30. The ones that were in the class at 5:30 wanted it. I say, how can we service 3 students and not service 27 more? So I thought of other ideas, like hybrid ideas, that service those students in a different way. But that's the thing, you can measure that. I can measure a percentage, and I can measure a rating scale 1, 2, 3, 4. But nobody does. That's the trick. The trick is actually doing it. Like taking all these tools we're talking about and then using them to glean some information from a population. It's tricky. It's not always easy, but it's always worthwhile. It's always worthwhile. So, hence the class you're sitting in. Yay. Cool? Good? That was a lot of bleh. Anyway, expect some of you gals. So you got 1 from COCC and 1 coming from me. Hopefully you'll do them both, please. I'm not going to beg. Yes, I will. Please. So that's that. How was the art class?
Good.
Pretty straightforward. Little Excel, not much Excel. Little Excel. We got some more Excel for next exam as well. You got some more Excel for your project. I think the project's Thursday, right? Due Thursday. It's simulations. We just did another simulation. I was riding home last night on the. I love it when I get these ideas. I don't like it when I get the ideas on technical single track. But I was riding home on this cliffside single track, and I suddenly had this brilliant idea of how to use similar methods to what you're going to be using on Thursday's project in 244. And Excel is a wonderful, wonderful tool. It's got its limitations as far as statistics go, but it's also amazingly helpful as far as getting ideas across. So, speaking of not using Excel, who still needs that program? I shared programs last time. Scott, you needed a couple. Let's turn this off. Let's get the rest of you guys linked.